Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki, here to take you on the journey of reorganizing my baking cabinet. And we're going to declutter, we're going to refresh, and we're going to give it new life. It has been in this state for a while, so let's get started. Okay, friends, so I want to give you a quick run through of the baking cabinet. Please ignore my handle sticking out of my cake spatula. I was digging in the bin and just let it be because I was in film mode. But I want to take you through and share with you how I have it now. And I really feel like I don't get the best use of the space. I feel like I have a lot of space that is unused that I really need the use for. Now, it's one thing to have space and don't need it. That's okay. Don't try to fill it up. But I really can maximize the space by bringing my baking goods, my baking dry goods over to this cabinet to make it more convenient, to make it more fun for baking. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I have these two mason jars here which keep my liners for my cupcakes and also my little tips and things for frosting. Along with I have my two measuring cups there, and these are my go-tos. I'm grabbing these all of the time, so these are definitely going to stay. So I am going to declutter some things, but then I'm definitely keeping most of these things. But I'm also adding additional items into the baking cabinet to make it more of a traditional baking cabinet for me. So I really want to have a lot of fun with this. And so I got these measuring cups from World Market a few years ago, and I don't know that they still sell this, but my Lazy Susan here, my little kind of a caddy, I think this is going to go. It's starting to really get beat up, and I just think it's time for it to go. I really want a kit where my mixing bowl has the measuring cups and things on the inside, my spare cup, so that when I go to bake, I can just pull the bowl down. Also, my Pyrex is going. I got some upgrades. You all may know about that from a previous video. And then all of my little cooking tools, I'm going to combine in one basket instead of spreading them out between three. So I'm going to take a longer basket to use for that, and then I can minimize the amount of baskets that I have to have in the cabinet. And then of course I'm going to keep my beautiful mixing bowl, and then I got some other sizes which is going to be really helpful when I'm cooking, because this was the only ceramic size that I've had for years, and I really wanted another set, which if you watched yesterday's video you saw that I had got a new set. So I am so excited about that. And then I'm just going to combine all of these cooking or baking rather tools into one bin instead of three bins. And so that's really going to be helpful. In the top bin is where I keep my rolling pins, and so that's the only thing that's in there, and so there's really a lot of room for some other things. So that's why I'm able to consolidate a lot of my baking things. So let's get it cleaned out. Okay friends, now that we have cleared and cleaned our baking cabinet, let's go do a little decluttering just so that we are left with the things that I want to keep in my baking cabinet. And so when you pull everything out and you put it on the table, it really gives you the opportunity to assess the things you have. And sometimes with kitchen cabinets, you will be surprised what you will find in your cabinet. So it's good to just have a moment where you take maybe one cabinet a month, take everything out, then declutter and remove the things that you don't use, like these cookie cutters. They're cute, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't tell you the last time that I used them, and so I'm going to move them on. And so it's just about moving on the things that you want to upgrade. So that's one reason why I move things on, is because I'm upgrading to something better quality, or it's something that I just really don't use. And then the third thing are things that I have no clue what they are. Sometimes you'll look at something, you're like, what does this belong to? Well, then it's time to go. And so that's what I'm doing here, is is just making my little pile here, and this is the stuff that I'm going to move on. And another reason why I declutter something is if I have a duplicate that I don't need. Now, these canisters I've had for a while. I got them from World Market a couple years ago. They used to be with my other canisters in my pantry, but they are different designs, so I removed those from the pantry a while back, but I knew I wanted to use them in my kitchen somewhere, and so the baking cabinet is the perfect solution for my flour, my sugar, my brown sugar, my confectionate sugar, all of those baking essentials, you know, baking powder, baking soda, those essentials I want to put in these canisters and keep in the baking cabinet. So that even frees up the pantry from having to hold these items. So it really is great. So I'm excited about incorporating these into the baking cabinet so that I can really maximize that space, and I have the room for it, you know, and it'll make it more convenient when I'm baking, and it'll make it more fun and engaging. So having a legitimate baking cabinet. So because the decluttering process is over and I'm only working with the things that I know I want to keep, and one is the canisters, but here's the thing, I'm not labeling them today. I am going to come back with a labeling video for this and my entire kitchen, so bear with me. I'm sorry you can't see the whole finished labeling, but it's going to be gorgeous. But what I'm doing right now is I'm arranging, and so this is always the fun part for me. I like playing around, figuring things out, and you know, I don't get frustrated. I use it. It's an exciting challenge because I know it always will work out. So when you're organizing, don't get frustrated when things don't fit or you can't figure things out. Just keep going at it. You know, have a cup of coffee, take a break when you get frustrated, sit back, think it out, and it will come together. So these are the new bowls that I got, and so I'm so happy that I have 3 different sizes in this set, but then I have that one big bowl. So I really have enough of my baking bowls now, and I really feel good about that. And so the second shelf is ideally where I was thinking, well, maybe I'll put bowls on one shelf, canisters on one shelf, but the deeper I got into it, I didn't really, for this cabinet, want to categorize things so tightly, such as putting all like items together. I wanted to, more so for me, it was about what is easy for me to get to and the symmetry. So making sure that when I opened the cabinet, I felt good about it. It felt balanced, but the things that I need all the time, I can easily grab. So these are my new replacements for my Pyrex measuring cups, and I love that they have the lid and they're beautiful. I did raise the shelf so that I could stack them on top of each other, and then I'm still going to keep all of my rolling pins along with all of my baking tools, such as my biscuit cutters and sifter and all of that, in this one larger bin up top. That stuff I really don't grab every day, but I need to grab, when I need to grab it, I can simply grab that bin down, which is easy. And then it's about just arranging the things that are my essentials that I'm grabbing all the time, the measuring cups and the bowls and things like that. And so what I did was I split up the canisters because I felt like it was too bottom heavy, and again, it's important for it to feel a certain way. And then I shopped my home for this glass container that I usually use for my Christmas cookies, but it's perfect to house my cupcake liners. So that's another tip, friends, is always shop your home, all places of your home, and you'll be able, you'll be surprised what you can find that will help you organize your cabinets and spaces. And here's the thing. I love a neutral palette. You all know that. I love a neutral palette throughout my home. But here's one of the reasons why I love it. You see how neutral and clean and white this baking cabinet is? But if I want a pop of color, the only thing that I need to do is change out my cupcake liners. I can put some fun Christmas ones in the jar. I can put some summer and spring ones in for summer and spring, and it would bring just a beautiful vibe to this neutral cabinet. So it's something that's easy to replace. It's something that is disposable, I can use, and it's a fun way to add pops of color for every season. So keeping it neutral, but using that clear canister with my cupcake liners, which I can have a lot of fun with and play with color in the cabinet. So friends, this is the cabinet. I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed being on this journey. And if you're not subscribed to the At Home with Nikki channel, I would love for you to click that subscribe button along with the bell so that you receive notifications every time I post a video. Friends, I hope that you are doing well. I will see you at tomorrow's video, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.